is not going to happen. There have not been any changes in the status of Dan Duquette. He is our GM. He is going to remain our GM. He is concentrating on his efforts to determine the composition of our team in 2015. That is the answer, period. Well, that is Angelo's public answer. But my understanding, again, is that these talks have taken place, and I would not expect Angelo to tip his hand. I also would not expect him to part with Duquette easily, considering that Duquette is signed through 2018. Now, here is the problem for the Orioles. Duquette wants to go. I've heard that repeatedly, reported it repeatedly. People in the organization want him to go because it's a situation that right now is quite uncomfortable. It's a question of divided loyalties here. If he wants to go to the Blue Jays, how effective can he be as the Orioles GM? And when you have that perception in the organization, well, frankly, it's unhealthy. And Peter Angelos might not want to lose Duquette. I can certainly understand that. Duquette's done a really good job for him. But at the same time, the reality is that this ultimately might be something you really need to consider.
Ken, do you think it might be different if it was a different division? If Blue Jays were, say, in the West, would he be able to maybe go then?
I don't know that it would make much difference, Harold. And certainly, you're right. The Blue Jays are a division rival, but this is a job that is basically a business job for the most part. It's not necessarily all baseball. It's not all baseball. CEO is the man who sets the vision for the organization. And if I'm Peter Angelos, I can't worry about what Dan Duquette is going to do as CEO of the Blue Jays. I've got to have the best team possible for my own organization. Now, you ask, what would happen if Duquette left? Where would the Orioles turn to for a GM? One possibility would be to give Buck Showalter, the manager, greater responsibility. They've also got Brady Anderson, who has been an executive with them. He can take greater responsibilities. They can hire more of an administrative sort and go about it that way, or they can just hire a new GM entirely. But again, this is a situation where there is uncertainty in that organization and unrest, frankly, about what is going on.
I think your point with the deception, I mean, it's hard to have trust in the organization right now. When you got a guy, it almost looks like Dan's not doing his job when they don't sign anybody this winter, and the thought is, well, because he wants to go to Toronto. Those are the whispers you don't want, because it's not good for Dan, and it's not good for the organization, and it's terrible for baseball.
Oh, wait, what I'm saying, Harold, are you connecting dots, or is that what people are actually saying?
No, that's what people are saying.
The reason the Orioles haven't signed X, Y, and Z is because Dan Duquette's no longer emotionally invested in his position? Is that
Well, no, because he's going to go to Toronto and be more competitive in Toronto. So why is he going to help build a club to be competing against?
Even if you assume the best, that is not true, that Dan Duquette is going to work every day doing the absolute best he can for the Baltimore Orioles, the perception that he might be conflicted here is as big a problem as the actual reality, which might not be as bad. It's like any conflict of interest. Perception of the conflict is as troubling as the conflict itself in many cases.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying on that, and boy, this one gets more and more interesting with each passing day. Ken Rosenthal, thanks for all that. And I guess not just in fantasy, of course, or anywhere else in my life, but if I were to have people under my employ, and I knew that one of them didn't want to be there and had an opportunity to be someplace else, even if it was with a competitor, I wouldn't want him there.
Exactly. See you later.
You really don't want to be here. If you don't want to work here anymore, yes, we have a contract, and I think it's a shame that you feel like you're going to break that contract. However, best of luck to you. Go do what you want to do, because I don't want an employee in my house, in my shop, that doesn't want to be there.
Yeah. I think that it was interesting him talking about trying to work on the compensation package. That's been a new thing in baseball, where like when Theo Epstein leaves, or Jed Hoyer or somebody, we try to go get something for them, or a manager getting traded now, or crazy things have happened that we did not see for a number of years in baseball.
Yeah.
So maybe they're trying to get a player, maybe they're trying to get, whatever.
I mean, they were talking about that in the NFL. The 49ers trying to trade Jim Harbaugh